necessarily worry a ton about with having the emotions get the better of it.
I'll say this too. There was a line outside, stepped outside for just a second. There's a line. There will be people coming in as this game continues.
Northern Colorado wins the tip. They control. Straight away, Matt Johnson, the second. Bodie Hume, 3-ball, front of the rim. No good. Bodie Hume chasing number 1 spot and made threes in Northern Colorado history. He's 8 shy. So a little record watch here tonight if he can get hot. As Dixon controls, one of the best scorers in the Big Sky Conference. Has it knocked away. It'll stay with Idaho. No, they call that off of Dixon, and the Bears will get the turnover.
I think part of what helps senior night too is that they're doing a lot more senior night stuff after the game instead of before.
On the drive, Idaho's on the board first. Rashad Smith for the Vandals. Smith coming off a big week, a co-Big Sky Player of the Week with a Cleese from Eastern Washington. We saw him put up some good numbers on Thursday night. Lob into Bodie Hume. He's got a matchup he likes in the post with Salee on him. Christensen blocks him away, and Kuntz controls for Northern Colorado with 10 to shoot. Spins in the lane, lost it, kicks out Matt Johnson the second. On the drive, right to the rim, off the window, we're even at 2.
Matt Johnson picking up where he left off last game. Really carried the Bears offensively, and he's off to a great start with the early bucket.
Had a season-high 5 threes, 4th 20-point game of the year in Thursday's loss against Eastern Washington. As the Vandals control. Vandals 7-2 when they score 80-plus points, so they like to get up and down. They like to put points on the board.
Yeah, active hands so far by Northern Colorado's defense. See the bench is really into it and really giving a lot of resistance here first couple possessions.
Cookshausen with the rebound on the backside. Miss. John Cooch in the interior rolls it up and in.
Bears look really good early. Great post feed, hard cuts. They look focused, locked in, like they must be playing for something, I assume.
John Cooch has made 9 straight shots in the last 3 games.
See, with the handy stats today, I like it. It's pretty good.
Christensen inside wants to go to work. Christensen spins out. Good defense again. Shot clock under 10 for Northern Colorado. Christensen with the free throw line catch. Scores
nice
it over Bodie Hume.
Tough shot. Tough shot. Good finish.
Northern Colorado, Idaho tied at 4 here early going. Hume drives baseline reverse layup up and in with some contact.
Great take, reverse. He's been really decisive. Decisive early 3. Got kind of blocked on maybe a post up, but he's been really decisive, and that was a great reverse finish right there.
Christensen, the true freshman, has played in all 22 games. Straightaway 3 off the mark, no good by Smith. And racing the other way is Matt Johnson the second. Gets it to the Big Sky's leading scorer. Dalen Kuntz goes off window and no good.
Yeah, the pace of play for the Bears, though, is really impressive so far. They're playing with a lot of burst out of the gate, a lot of speed, and again, a lot of decisiveness from the Bears.
Dalen drives, kicks it out to Cookshausen. Cookshausen gets in the paint, wraparound pass to Bodie Hume, lays it up and in with 2 hands. Good feed from Drew Cookshausen on the drive.
Yeah, there's something about this schedule that we've talked about, how much it's gotten into their legs. There's something about senior night, no matter how you're feeling, you have a different amount of juice in the tank.
5th game in 10 days for Northern Colorado. Floater rims out, no good for the Vandals, and Northern Colorado doing a nice job on the defensive glass here so far in the early going. Kuntz gets in the lane, up off the window. Tough shot there by Dalen Kuntz.
Degree of difficulty. I mean, we talked about him shooting 50% from the field. He makes 1 out of 2 shots most of the time. Great post up, difficult shot off the glass, but able to make it look easy.
Northern Colorado trapping a little bit here on that initial ball screen, tipped away by Bodie Hume.
Yeah, super active hands again on defensive end. Just a lot of talk, a lot of great ball stopping and not letting people blow by and making them take tough twos. That's the object of most good defenses, want to make you take tough contested twos. Great pass in transition by Matt Johnson. The kick out, almost another 3 connected. The pace of play today has been, I mean.
It's two teams that like to score the basketball right now, for sure. Getting up and down the court. It's 10-4 right now here early going. We've yet to have a whistle here in the contest. Christensen wants to back down John Cooch. Good little shimmy with the shoulder, but he left it short on the baby hook. And Northern Colorado again controls on the glass.
Coach calling a specific play. Coach Smiley calling a specific play. Looking to get something good here. I would imagine usually when Coach calls a play, usually good things happen. And speaking of, almost got the lob dunk. And still gets the reverse. What a difficult shot. I don't even know if he can see the basket on that. It's that kind of night so far in the first opening minutes for the Bears. Playing with so much energy, so much connectivity, so much liveliness from the bench. The crowd is in the building. Didn't matter on that possession, though. Nice move, nice play by Trevante Anderson.
Good finish there, as you mentioned. But right now you can see there's a little bit of gas right now on both of these. No whistles here so far in this contest as Bodie Hume gets a step, flips it up, no good. Off the mark with the leaner, and Smith in transition. He's going to go right to the rim. Smith off the window, rolls it home for Idaho.
Tough one. Great finish there. In transition, Rashard Smith. Not an easy play. Going full speed and able to get it going left.
Dalen Kuntz fadeaway jumper is no good. And it's Mikey Dixon with the rebound. The senior comes near side here to Smith. As the Vandals reset the offense to the rim, and one foul as we will go.
Been great on the road in conference play. Usually those are the times you take most of your L's. They've been really good on the road, and they've been really good against the best teams in this league. I don't know if it's something they get up for, but they play some of their best basketball against the teams that are at the top of the standings.
7-0 run for Idaho's made it a 1-point game. Kuntz controls with the left-handed drive, gets a crease, drives to the rim, goes up and in, counted for Dalen Kuntz.
Shout out to the strength and conditioning coach on that one, because that was a straight weight room finish. That's the one you normally want to flex on after, but he didn't have to, just gave him a little stare. Ref gave him a call, and he was able to finish the end one with a lot of power.
Foul on Philip Pebble Jr., the 6'7 junior that just checked in. Jamel Melvin's checked in for Northern Colorado. Jameel King as well for the Vandals. He'll control the drive. Gabe Quinnett for Idaho. Saw a little bit last year for this Vandals team who lost 9 players, 9 newcomers for Idaho. As Dixon on the drive, contact off the window, no good, no whistle, and the Bears are on the run.
A good defensive wall up, made it tough, almost finished it, but
Matt Johnson, the second three, no good for the Bears.
Good looks. Good looks. Fast-paced game, high-scoring game. Both teams playing with a focus and intensity because the February frenzy getting ready for March Madness.
See why Dixon's one of the top scorers in the league. Cookshausen 3-ball, first of the night for Northern Colorado.
And you see why he's one of the best three-point shooters, not only in the league, but in college basketball. Great pass up the floor, finding a teammate wide open in the sweet spot.
Idaho sets their offense. Hands it back here near side to King. Now Dixon. With 5 here in the early going. King will fire a 3. Left it long, and another backside rebound to Cookshausen, his third.
Great ball movement, great, again, decisiveness. I love it from 3. Great decisiveness from both players. Just pass it back. I'm not hesitating. I'm letting it fly. It's senior day. I've made a lot of threes in this gym. We're going to make even more today.
Quinnett far side controls for Idaho as they set their half-court offense. Step back 3, the answer right there for Rashad Smith.
Rashad Smith's made 2 really difficult shots today already. Difficult 3 off the catch and bounce, and difficult finish with the left hand. Speaking of finish, almost another 3. Jamel Melvin.
Southern Utah will be leaving the conference, so they'll go on to different things, but you got to love some of these traditional rivalries in this league that you see. And when you look at the projecting towards Boise in this conference tournament, could be a lot of fun.
Little zone out of the timeout for Northern Colorado. Able to get a stop. Usually when you play zone out of a timeout, it may not be something you stick with all game, but just looking to buy a possession and throw the other team out of rhythm a little bit, and able to get a stop there. If you see on the replay, the push in the back, didn't get away with it, and Connect able to draw the foul.
Ethan Kilgore, the freshman, picks up that personal foul.
We love to watch Northern Colorado out of timeouts, offensive execution. See what they have here out of the ATO.
Coons controls with the dribble. He'll go to his right hand and stepped on the baseline, I believe. Turns it over for Northern Colorado. Their first turnover of the night.
Going back to the zone. See coaches calling two. Looking like Zach Block and Bryce Kennedy checking the game.
John Cooch back in for the Bears as well. Idaho surveys the zone defense. Trying to get it to that high post. They do to King. He'll kick it back out. Quinnett will flick the wrist, fire the three. It's off the mark.
They got the look they wanted. Great inside out. That's usually what you want to attack the zone. Getting inside the teeth of the zone and then look to play out of that. And they got a great look, just couldn't knock it down.
Bryce Kennedy to the rim. Up with the right hand. Score it for Bryce Kennedy. Good take there by the youngster from Allen, Texas.
Absolutely. We love our Texas guys. Pound on the chest. Great job again by the strength coach. Bryce Kennedy looks like a different player physically. He's been putting in some work in the weight room. You can see it on that move there.
Into the corner to Kilgore as the Bears still in the zone defense. John Cooch forced to travel. Good defense there by Coor.
Yeah, the defensive ability of Coor John Cooch. Just so many things he does goes unstated. It's not in the stat sheet, but his length, his presence around the rim that just change people's shot, forces a travel there. That travel doesn't go on the stat sheet for John Cooch, but he's the one that forced that turnover.
7-point Northern Colorado, 23-16, midway through the first half.
Looks like another set play, looking to run. Called from the sideline.
Cookshausen's return for UNC. John Cooch is going to drive left, spins back up with the right hand. His first miss in 3 games. From the floor for Northern Colorado.
Great take, barely a miss there. Good drive and almost able to finish a little scoop layup.
Bears being aggressive again on that ball screen defensively. Kicks out. Kilgore 3 is good for Idaho.
Yeah, great drive and kick. Dixon's putting some pressure on the defense with his aggressiveness. Good kick out and got the look that they wanted and able to connect that time.
Dalton Connect will step into one. Long 2 is good for Northern Colorado.
Speaking of Connect, he's been playing really good basketball lately. I think, again, I keep going back to say it. I think the deep brace being off, he's looked a lot more healthy and more, again, decisive. Not taking his time, just letting it fly.
Dixon's 3 misses left. And the Bears control again. Coach Smiley urging to push the pace. Kennedy again penetrates, probes the defense, can't find anything, kicks it back out to Dalton Connect. Bryce will fire a 3 and nothing but net for Bryce Kennedy.
Look, nothing but the bottom of the net. This team looks really good tonight as far as just their presence of knowing exactly what the game plan is. No hesitation. We've seen a little bit of that at times for some of the players here at UNC, but tonight they look really in sync together.
Step back 3 is good by Anderson. Tough shot there by Trevante Anderson. Good defense, but nothing you can do there when a shot maker makes a shot like that.
Yeah, that's one of those you tip your hat. You say if they can make those all night, then we like our chances. Great defense.
Teams have been pretty clean here. Just 3 combined turnovers on the drive. Connect, scores it with the foul.
I love it. I just love it. I know I'm speaking about this, and it doesn't take away from their togetherness prior to tonight, but they have a special synergy amongst them tonight that you rarely get a chance to see all players connected the way that they are so far. And great pass, great finish, and one, and see everyone celebrating. And they just have a pop. Again, you said 5 games in 10 days. That's an NBA-like schedule, and the Bears have a lot of juice in their legs today and look good.
Lob pass goes awry from Dixon for Christensen. Bodie Hume on the attack, crosses over, nearly lost it back out to Cookshausen. His 3 fading to his right.
Ow! What a shot. That's like vintage J.R. Smith, maybe even in his best days. That's one of those shots the coach doesn't want you to shoot, but when you can shoot it, you're like, Coach, I got this, and he definitely did.
Tough shot there. A little shout out to JR. The Nuggets game where he hit 9 threes one time.
Go. People forget how good JR was, and great reverse finish. This team is not going away. Trevante Anderson, tough finish and the harm in the reverse layup.
Second personal foul on John Cooch. Second on Northern Colorado.
Yeah, quick shout out to J.R. Smith. He's an NBA champion now. People can respect the resume, but he did come out of high school. He was a Nugget, and he had crazy ability to make difficult shots.
He was one of the more head-scratching players in the NBA, and as a Nuggets fan, lifelong Nuggets fan, to watch night in and night out, because he could go 35, but he could also have 3.
Exactly. In a heartbeat, you never could figure it out.
But a special talent for sure, and a heck of an athlete now, a collegiate golfer as well. So shout out to JR hitting the books. Right. As Kuntz wide open for 3. Got it for Northern Colorado.
Little zone from Idaho. Unsuccessful as the Bears overloaded one side and almost had too many guys for them to have to pick up and left the wrong one wide open.
13-point advantage for Northern Colorado. Good finish there by King. That first quick step, and he got right to the rim.
That first step, he was almost wide open from the catch. Great move, great finish. Straight line drive to the basket.
Hume kicks it to Dalen. Dalen resurveys.
Yeah, you hear guys like Popovich talk about back in the day with the Spurs, the ball has energy. Right now the ball has energy. Guys are making quick decisions. Another wide open look for Cookshausen. He connects again as he taps himself on his chest and says, hey, that's my bad. Right. I don't think he cares about my bad on the pass. You made the shot.
Well, I think he wanted to get it to Matt Johnson second, kind of threw it at his feet.
Yes, he did.
Then got it right back and got the 3. And Bears starting to heat up from the 3. And a drive and a contact.
Tonight, and got to give credit for that in this era where the athleisure wear is kind of the go-to right now.
Free throw up and good by Anderson. 5:20 to play in the first half. 11-point Northern Colorado lead. They've led by as many as 14. Hand it off to Kuntz on the drive with the left hand. Step back, find some space, in and out, no good.
Great look. One of their favorite plays, kind of a dribble handoff, stagger type of play to get an ISO. Getting Kuntz going to his left, just not able to finish that one.
Christensen at the rim, challenges, strong move there from the true freshman as he's able to score it for Idaho and cuts the lead to 9.
Yeah, great defense there by Melvin, and physical player, able to finish through the contact and the contest. Another one of those you tip your hat and say, if he's making those all night, then we'll like our chances.
Kuntz on the drive, gets it back to Bodie. Bodie had a look at it, will spin in the lane.
Like it, Bodie. I like it, Bodie. That's how you play, young fella. That's how you get aggressive and, again, having that strong will and determination to figure out, I'm going to figure out how to get as close to the basket as I can and use my athleticism and skill to finish the rest.
7 Bears have scored here tonight. Hume was 6 for Northern Colorado.
Great help closing the gap there by Jamel Melvin. Into the shot clock, looking at ball screen. Probably going to keep it. And he does. Great block there by Melvin, and the Bears are off and running in transition. They find a hot hand, shot fake, sidestep, bang. There it is again. He played for Coach Farringer. I think that needs to be said at Western Nebraska. Coach Farringer, an assistant coach here, wanted to come back and reunite with his former coach, and he knew somebody else that would give him the green light, and he has had it and earned it, and man, is he impressive to watch. He can break open a game
leads the way with 12 for Northern Colorado. Idaho out of the timeout. Anderson has a team-high 10 with the basketball in the corner, knocked away. A good double team there. Melvin has provided energy off the bench here in this first half. A block shot that led to that three by Cookshausen, and he does a nice job on the glass for the Bears.
Yeah, Melvin, to his credit, too. I mean, people don't talk about these kind of things enough, but Melvin was kind of buried at the back of the bench early in the year and was not in the rotation, stayed positive, obviously kept working, and now he's a huge factor for this team defensively off the bench.
Good find there by Christensen on the wraparound pass, and the three's good by Rashad Smith.
One thing about this Idaho team you know and you can see, they're not afraid to compete. They're not going to give up. They've been down. They've had their adversity they've had to overcome, and they're in a place where they're just ready to compete. And speaking of compete, Bodie Hume lines up the straight-on three, and the senior gives a little three-pat to his chest, letting people know this is what I do.
He's on his way, now 7 shy of the record here for Northern Colorado from beyond the three-point line. Christensen, some nice moves for the big fella, and showing the ability to score, but I also like a big guy that can pass. We just saw it on that last possession, being able to find his teammates.
Promising freshman, promising talent.
Matt Johnson, the second, gets some space. Now a retreat with 2:29 to play. Kuntz drives right, lost it off his feet right to Bodie Hume. In and out, no good.
It was a pass. He meant to pass it to him. As you said, Bodie Hume, almost the all-time leading three-point shooter. Is that what I understand?
Yes, sir.
That is impressive. Young man from Sterling, Colorado, chose to stay close to home and has really been a face of this Bears program. Started with Jeff Linder and that staff that's now at Wyoming. Obviously, Coach Smiley was an assistant during that time, and he's been a staple. Big Sky opponents are going to be happy to see Bodie Hume no longer in the lineup. He has put a lot of fits on both sides of the ball for opponents.
Said in his pregame senior video that he gets 12 to 15 people a game here from Sterling to come out and support him. So you gotta love the ability for the parents to come down here. You got some cousins here tonight as well. As a turnover by Idaho.
Yeah, and I spoke about it a lot last game, and Coach Smiley, just taking the words from him, he's been really impressed with just Bodie's just commitment to winning. It's not all about scoring for Bodie. He's gotten big blocks, steals, rebounds, you name it.
That ball's tipped into the backcourt with 14 to shoot. Minute 47 to play in the first half, 48-36.
Yeah, I'll never forget. I came to a practice before the season started and was able to speak to Bodie for a little bit. And the first thing he said is, man, got so much help this year. He had so much excitement for this team and the promise that it had, and they're panning out to be just what he thought.
Matt Johnson, the second, left it short. Shot clock violation on Northern Colorado, leading by 12. 48 points here in the first half. This offense has been in rhythm here so far for the Bears.
Oh, they've had very few that haven't been in rhythm, and this is that part of the quarter, part of the half where you always want to make sure you finish strong. One team wants to finish well offensively, one defensively, and just got to find a way to go into halftime with as much momentum as you can.
The Bears get the stop there on the drive by Dixon. Connect, three-ball transition. You got it for Dalton Connect.
I've been speaking it. This young man looks like the same young man that got over 20 points a game in Sterling at Northeastern Junior College for Coach Eddie Trinkle.
Little lob pass, throw it down. Big fella on the dunk home. That is Pepple Jr. with the hammer for Idaho. Nice little set play there.
Set play, but the pass with one hand and then the finish. That may be a Sports Center nominee right there.
Dalen will drive. Little double team comes. Dalen wants to spin to his left. Up and good for Dalen Kuntz. He's in double figures with 10.
Tell you what, they haven't given him a lot of foul calls, but he has just played so much determined basketball as far as that burst of speed. He's got an extra step. He usually looks like that in transition, but he's looked like it in the half court tonight. Really fast first step for the senior. Leading scorer in the Big Sky has had incredible season for the Bears. The 9th leading scorer, I believe, in the country, if he still is.
Anderson with 2 to shoot. Finds some space in Greeley for the final 20 minutes.
Always look to see set plays coming out of the half to see how a team wants to start and get their first offensive possession.
Tipped away, knocked away, and controlled by Northern Colorado.
You know who they're looking for.
Cookshausen finds his feet and up in front of the rim. No good. Dixon quickly the other way. Looks to attack and now backs out. Anderson will attack. Nice little stutter dribble there by Anderson. He gets right to the rim and scores it for the Vandals.
Tell you what, that dude is a hooper. Put him in the gym anywhere in the country, he can hoop. Big time play there. A lot of ball skills and a lot of swagger and confidence from Anderson.
3 ball by Matt Johnson the second. Speaking of swagger and confidence,
yes.
Matty Ice knocks another one down for Northern Colorado. He's got 8.
I feel like I say this often, but when he's aggressive offensively, I just think this is a different team. And love to see him taking those shot attempts instead of letting them go by. And you talked about their leading scorer getting going, and there's an early basket in the first minute.
And that's one thing I've always wondered is, Matt Johnson the second right now having focused so much on the defensive end, maybe not looking for his shot because he's guarding Dixon. As Bodie left open for 3 in front of the rim. And Idaho secures the defensive rebound for Idaho.
I mean, when you shoot 44%, we talk about Cookshausen a ton, but I mean, Matty Ice can shoot it as well as anybody in this league with his efficiency of it. And again, when he's aggressive offensively, this team is just, to me, a different ball club. Much harder to guard.
Christensen going right at John Cooch. Doesn't get it to go, and John Cooch clears the defensive rebound for Northern Colorado.
Yeah, John Cooch, one of the top in the Big Sky in block shots, along with Bodie Hume, both of them in the top 5. Great drive, great right hand, and again, talk about the aggressiveness from Matty Ice. Give him a little something. Give him a little something right there, Matty Ice.
Christensen got caught in the switch there, and that's an advantage Bears, as we see there, 58-44. Dixon step back 3. That misses the mark, but he gets his own rebound, but no, a foul whistled. And I believe they're going to get Christensen there with number 2. That's the first on the Vandals here in the half.
Big call, because that was about to be an offensive rebound and probably a putback, so took away 2 points there, most likely for the Vandals. So Bears get a break, and with the way they're scoring offensively, you don't want to give them many breaks.
Bodie Hume catches at the mid-post, wants to go to work on Anderson, finds
Great
John
pass.
Cooch. John Cooch bobbles, but he still is able to hammer it home.
Great pass. I say it almost every time Bodie Hume posts up. I love that aspect of his game because it does allow him, he is such a good passer, such a good feel for the game, and it gets him being more aggressive than being just a 3-point shooter.
Step back 3 up and good for Smith. We've seen him hit a couple of those here tonight.
The fans are getting their money's worth because the ball is going in the basket on the regular here in Bank of Colorado Arena.
Bears have the matchup they like again with Christensen guarding Matt Johnson II. He gives it up to Coons. Back out to Matt Johnson II. 3 ball in and out. Rebound tapped around. And they're going to call John Cooch. That's number 3 on the big fella for Northern Colorado.
The hard part about that is it's not really a foul, if we want to be honest. He jumped up. He has linked, but he had a little bit of contact on the smaller players, so they just kind of automatically assume. He didn't go over the back. He jumped in his own space, and he's a longer player. Thought he got a tough break on that one, but Jamel Melvin has been a great part of this game tonight defensively and on the offensive glass, so he steps back in and looks to have his presence felt.
Zach Block late on the rotation. Looks like he'll get whistled for the personal foul. He does. That's number 1 on Block. Put Christensen at the line, his first free throw attempts of the season.
Points in the paint almost even. Was even at the half. Idaho 30 to 26 points in the paint, able to get a little more of a paint presence there. Got a few Big Sky players of the week in this game. I think you mentioned it earlier that Rashad Smith was able to get it. Dalen Kuntz has won it multiple times. And we got a shootout. Still some buckets getting made.
60-48 here. Northern Colorado leads by 12, 16:22 to play in the basketball game.
The question is, if they subbed you in right now, would you get a bucket in this game?
Not a chance.
Had to ask.
Dalen Kuntz on the drive, gets in the paint, a little jump stop, connect with the quick first step, and fires one back front of the rim, no good.
I like the shot, though. Coach Smiley's urging to the referees to call foul because they're using their hands to stop them on drives. Something to keep an eye on if he can stay in their ear enough. They haven't called a lot of fouls in this game either way. Let him play. Great hands there by Jamel Melvin. Another stop leading the transition. This is when the Bears are really dangerous. The pull-up three, not able to connect for Dalen Kuntz.
Dixon in transition. Good defense there by Cookshausen to slow him down. Matt Johnson, the second will return next dead ball, as will Bodie Hume.
Tell you what, Cookshausen hasn't gotten credit for being the defensive presence he's been able to be, to not be, man, speaking of, defensive presence doesn't matter right now with the way that this young man is shooting the ball. Rashad Smith, another tray ball. Talked about him being a player of the week here recently. He is still playing at a high level.
Great patience by Jamel Melvin, but spins off the rim.
Great move by Melvin. He's looked good tonight.
UNC. 7 points for Dixon. Free throw up and good.
Extremely explosive off the bounce. Super fast twitch, hard to keep in front. You can see why he's able to get the buckets he's able to get.
Well traveled, played at Quinnipiac, St. John's, and Grand Canyon. And with the extra year of eligibility, transferred to Idaho, leads them in scoring.
Talented dude.
17 a game here in the Big Sky Conference. 7-point lead for Northern Colorado. Bears into the front court. Matt Johnson, the second, controls. Bodie Hume comes back here near side, and hand check whistled.
Was the call that Smiley's been urging the referees to pay more attention to. It does affect their possessions if they're not able to get those little hand checks. And the next thing you know, the shot clock gets low, you're taking a tough shot, when really you should have had a new shot clock because of a foul.
Foul on Philip Pepple Jr. His first, second on the team. Matt Johnson, the second, lines it up and knocks it in for Northern Colorado.
Tell you what, no better time for Matt Johnson to start being the way he has been offensively. Earlier in the year, that would have just been a ball reversal and still running offense. But for him, as dangerous as he is from three, it should be hand down, man down, as you saw right there. Able to get another tray ball to connect.
Anderson picked up by Melvin, going to try to get to the rim. Matt Johnson, the second, steps in, tries to take the charge, doesn't get the call, and King makes the three, and they whistle a flop warning on Matt Johnson, the second.
Doesn't make sense for it to be a flop warning. If you were paying attention to the ball, you could see he literally took a charge after the pass, but if you followed the ball and you watched where the shooter was and you saw him on the floor, you might have thought it was a flop. So a little bit questionable on the flop call, but we have a ball game. Idaho has clawed and scratched their way back into this game. As we talked about, they're not a team that's going to give up or quit. They have that resiliency because they've been in so many of these games, and they're playing for something.
Block controls, gets into the paint. Zach Block, fadeaway blocked by Pepple Jr., and they'll get the foul. That'll be number 3.
On the replay, you'll kind of see he swipes down, which even if it's not a foul, referees often call it a foul because that motion kind of is that foul motion, if you will, instead of being straight up. When you swing your hand down, normally referees are kind of conditioned to call that. Block not able to connect on the first one.
6 of 9 now on the year for Zach Block. And that's exactly what you said. Whether or not it was a foul or not, it was the motion of bringing it down just ever so slightly to make it look like a foul as Block splits the second free throw. Bears lead by 8, 13-34. Dalen Kuntz returns for UNC. 10 points for Dalen here in the contest. 8 Bears have scored now with that free throw by Block.
Yeah, you asked me what the halftime adjustments would be, and it was all around Trevante Anderson and Rashard Smith, and have not quite still been able to slow those guys down just yet. Speaking of, finally able to get a miss in transition. Here they go.
Smith tried a circus shot there as Kuntz will drive into the lane, lost it, and turnover, Northern Colorado.
Yeah, you talked about this as well, though. I mean, at half, first half, letting them play. Second half, often the foul calls get picked up because the game intensity picks up and you're getting closer to a finish. So next thing you know, coaches are on the referees a little more and the intensity of the game heightens and more whistles get blown.
Anderson on the drive, picked up by Kennedy, trying to get the rim, spins back in the lane. Soft touch, can't get it to go. Matt Johnson, the second, battling with Peppel. 3-ball by Anderson, no good, and Connect secures.
I mean, you saw Kira John-Cooch get his third foul because of an over-the-back that wasn't close to as much contact, and I think that's normally the coach's frustration and players is like, just call it consistent. Whatever you call one end, call the same the other end. But we have a good ball game despite what calls are being made or not being made. Huge possession here for the Bears, wanting to be able to score just to get this run back going, and 8-point lead stays put.
Bears just won for their last 6 as King hit it earlier 3, now finds Rashad Smith, who misses his first 3 of the contest. 4 of 6 now, second miss of the night.
Scoring starting to slow down a little bit. Defense picking up, intensity picking up. Again, both these teams playing to play their best basketball going into March and going into the tournament. Both playing for seeding.
Finley hit that lull here between both squads. Idaho last 2 minutes and 15 seconds scoreless. Northern Colorado just got their first points in quite a while, so each team is calmed down a bit, scoring the basketball, looking for Christensen inside. Wants to go to work on Dalen Kuntz. Quinnett out of the double team, 3-ball in and out, and Bryce Kennedy's there for Northern Colorado.
Yeah, good defensive possession. Leads to transition offense. Yeah, I think all of the give credit to the defensive possession come out of a timeout. Again, teams love to execute their ATOs and their special plays out of timeouts. The Bears able to get a stop on a great contest, and Coach Smiley finally getting some of these calls that he's kind of been asking for, especially someone like Dalen Kuntz who draws so many fouls and scores so many points. There's another foul and the basket, able to get the hoop and the harm. You see Matt Johnson jumping up and down the half court. He loves to see his teammate get the hoop and harm, and the fouls are starting to pick up a little bit. Coach Smiley's been on them, and it's paying off because they are 1 away from the bonus.
5th on the Vandals here in the half. Kuntz now with 12 for Northern Colorado, 5 of 12 from the floor. Free throw up and good, give him 13.
Just such a big part of Dalen Kuntz's game. I mean, as fast as he is, as strong as he is, and you saw him make some difficult ones early in the game, and normally he's a guy that gets to the free throw line between 6 and 8 times a game. Finally kind of getting a free throw attempt to go his way.
King turns it over, and the Bears on the run. 4-on-4 the other way. Dalen in transition. Skip pass, Bodie. Back to Matt Johnson. Good transition defense there by the Vandals.
Nice
Looking
pass.
for John Kuch inside.
Nice pass, nice finish. And you see the teammates flexing for the big man. Great pass and way to slow it down and get the big man a touch. Reward him for all the dirty work he's doing. And the Bears, if they get to stop this possession, will be a kill. which Coach Smiley talks often about, getting 3 stops in a row, not able to do. There was a guy on the floor during the worm. Was that something you did during your college days here?
Nope.
Just checking.
No, it was not.
Just wanted to make sure I knew if you were a worm guy or not a worm guy.
I'm an old soul guy. I'd probably break a hip trying that. As the Bears tie it up, it'll stay with Northern Colorado.
See, that's the headiness of a senior. Not to get in his feelings about the turnover. It happens. He kicked the ball in accident. He dove on it and was able to draw up the tie to get the ball back. Heady play, Matty Ice doing what he does. And happy birthday, Dalen Kuntz.
Bears looking for Hume on the re-screen. Get it to him, 3 short. Cookshausen battles for the old board, but it's tipped into the hands to Anderson.
10 minutes left. Both teams, a lot of offensive firepower. We know this lead can evaporate quickly with the ability to score that Idaho has.
Dixon for 3 again. Bounces high, no. And Bodie Hume secures for Northern Colorado.
Looking to set a set play.
Looking for John Cooch inside. They got the switch they wanted. Hume bullies his way to the rim. He's going to get the foul whistled. And I believe they're going to get Rashad Smith with his first.
So kind of going back to that concept I was talking about earlier of the ball having energy and the decisiveness. When guys are catching it, they're making these 0.5-ish decisions really quickly when they get it. There's not a lot of ball sticking and just looking around, wondering what they should do next. A lot of decisiveness tonight, again, for the Bears.
John Cooch spins around baseline, and they're going to call John Cooch with the hook, and that's number 4.
Fair call, fair call. I mean, good offensive move. It's one you can call or not call, but if you feel like he gained an advantage from using his arm to hook, then you have to call that one. So good call by the ref. Frustrating play by Jean Cooch, but Melvin has been so good defensively and on the glass that the Bears, I don't think, will miss a beat.
Hume tries to recover late, but Christensen catches high, finishes high. You like that from the big fella. Didn't bring it down. Went right back to the rim with it.
Yeah, big body freshman has really kind of made his presence felt today. Has had a good game, 9 points, 4 of 6 from the field, and has been physical presence inside for Idaho.
Matched up now on the switch again with Matt Johnson the second. Bears will clear out, reverse layup, up and in. Crafty by the vet, Matt Johnson the second.
So good, such a good player. And, you know, there you see Idaho switching on those ball screens, and it puts a big man that doesn't have near the foot speed as Matt Johnson trying to guard Matt Johnson. And he took advantage, got to the basket, got the layup he wanted. And speaking of layup he wanted, I don't know if he wanted that or not, but he acted like he wanted it and he got it. You talked about him being a leading scorer, one of the better scorers in this league, and you can see why. That's when you can make difficult shots like that, that usually shows that you're about buckets.
Degree of difficulty on that one was high for Dixon as Northern Colorado. Cookshausen thought about it. Now he'll let it rip from 3 and knock it down.
That's the same matchup. You have big man guarding little man again. Instead of driving him, he said, you know what, you're giving me too much space. Let me show you what I do best.
Lead 13 for Northern Colorado, 76-63.
Cookshausen, 5 of 6 from the 3. You talk about a weapon for this Bears team going into March. With a young man that can go that kind of percentage from 3, that makes you a danger.
These shots, it just shows what they can do scoring the basketball if they take care of it.
Yeah, and I don't know what they worked on in the time between their last game and now. I know a lot of what Coach Smiley talked about was it's going to be more mental than physical at this time of year. But I would go to bet their decisiveness with the ball has a lot to do with their limited turnovers. When they get it, make a quick decision. That's an easy decision, dribble, pass, or shoot, and it's made it where they're not doing extra dribbling, extra thinking, which leads to a lot of those turnovers, to be honest.
Full court pressure from Idaho, shaking it up there. Bears break the pressure. Bears average 12.4 turnovers per contest, as we mentioned, just 4 here tonight.
And think about that. That's 8 more shots that they're getting at the basket that they normally don't get.
Cookshausen comes down with his own rebound and clears the paint. Dalen Kuntz has it, bodies it up, lost it, and he'll stay with Northern Colorado.
11-point lead with 7 minutes to go watch to see Idaho. Are they doing anything different defensively to try to take this thing away? Are they being more aggressive offensively with threes or getting to the free throw line? The time is starting to not be their friend.
Hume for three. That misses the mark, but late, and a whistle. I believe they're going to get Salih.
They are in the bonus. So that's why Coach Smiley has been on the refs, and that's why second halves are often called tighter than first halves, because coaches are fighting to figure out how they can get this win. Coaches trying to figure out how to secure their lead, and other teams are being so aggressive to try to get away with some things. And right there, because Smiley's been pointing it out to the referees, Jamel Melvin getting rewarded for his dirty work inside on the glass, fighting for an extra possession, and picks up a foul and connects from the free throw line.
All 9 Bears that have played it now tonight have scored. Melvin 2 of 2 at the foul line.
It's them both. He's been a presence this game that won't be talked about as much. Coach Smiley may talk about it at the post game, but he won't be celebrated the same way some of the guys who are getting buckets will. But man, he's been a pivotal part of this game today.
Idaho resets offensively. Anderson, who's been good for the Vandals, is going to go right to the rim and score with the right hand. Hard drive, hard finish there for Anderson.
Yeah, he's tough. He's a hooper. He's trying to will his team as best he can. It's going to take more than offense, though. This Idaho team has to figure out a way to slow down this Bears team on the defensive end in order to really give themselves a chance.
Matt Johnson, the second, controls jab step, 3 ball, front of the rim, no good. Dixon scores in for the rebound. And Dixon races the other way in transition. Step back 3, short, and there's Melvin on the glass. Once again.
Yeah, you don't have to rush anything. Take your time. You're in control of this game. Up 11. Look for them to use a little bit of clock and then get the play that they want. Under 10 on the shot clock.
Matt Johnson, the second, play. Right to the rim.
Great play. So that's a play where the shooter, Cookshausen, sets a back screen after the ball screen. It causes some confusion where the ball handler normally can get a layup, or you end up getting a 3 from the shooter. Great defense there by Bodie Hume, doing what he does in the passing lane and playing above the rim, finishing with the left. The senior getting the crowd on their feet, playing defense in the passing lane and playing above the rim, and that's the Bodie Hume that the fans in Greeley have grown to know and love.
Turning the defense into offense. And there for Northern Colorado, 82-67. Jamel Melvin checks out. Dalton Connect checks in. They'll go a little smaller here for Northern Colorado. Bodie Hume at the 5 for the Bears, and it's a lineup we've seen a lot here this season.
Yeah, it's a scary lineup on the offensive end. Pick your poison, as they like to say. Not as good on the defensive end because of size, and the big fella able to take advantage after the pick and roll. Great pass, easy floater. Offensively, though, defensively, who is the big fella going to guard on the other end?
Cookshausen 3, that misses left with 4:48 to play. 13-point game. Anderson's done a little bit of everything. Has 18 points to lead the team, 7 rebounds to lead the team, 4 assists to lead the team for Idaho. He's played a complete game for the Vandals. Played 3 years at San Francisco.
Yeah, tough competitor. You can tell his experience. Really knows how to use his body and get angles, and he loves, type of competitor that loves to play on the road. You can tell by his smirks and his expressions after he makes plays. It's like, I'm here for the smoke. Good foul draw there. This is what the Vandals are going to have to do to get back in this game. They can't just hope for field goals every possession. They need to be able to score without the clock running. Unable to connect on the first free throw, but that will be a key for the Vandals as both teams are now in a bonus.
71% on the season. As we said, missed the first, makes the second. It gives him 19. With 4:36 to play.
Picks up full court against Dalen Kuntz. Dalen initiating the offense as the point guard. A little bit of an isolation. Gets to the spot he wants, not able to finish. the way he normally does. And transition for Idaho, able to get a layup, didn't finish it.
Dixon drops it off, and Christensen left it short. Missed the bunny there for the Vandals.
Dodged a couple of bullets, the Bears did. The lack of size sometimes hurts them on the glass, and Idaho had several opportunities, point blank, just not able to connect. They wish they had that possession back.
4 minutes to play here in Greeley. Bodie catches at the high post. Dalen Kuntz, right wing.
This is where this team is so hard to guard when they have this lineup in. So many weapons. And how many years on the sideline did you spend?
5.
5. That counts. College level, that's like 10 in real life. It's like dog years.
Second one good for Dalen Kuntz.
And speaking of playing fast, they are playing fast right after the free throw, looking to get a quick shot within the first 10 seconds of the shot clock. Slowed it down a little bit.
Didn't get that opportunity, so now they go into the half court, settle in with what they've been successful with, and
Still
it's
got
Anderson
yep,
with
Anderson.
21.
He's been unstoppable tonight. I mean, he's really been poised, picked his spots, and, man, he's been an impressive competitor tonight. Getting to the basket on a difficult reverse layup.
8th game with 20 or more points for Anderson on the season. Dalton connects, tries to dunk it home, gets it to go.
Now, I got to admit, I'm not surprised he dunked it because we know what he's capable of. Him and Bodie Hume are some of the bounciest 6'7"-ish guys in this league, but, man, no foul on that one. That was a little surprising, but I love the intensity to look at the ref and give him the stare down like he's competing against him too. I've said it before, the last few games, Dalton Connect looks like a different player. He looks like the young man that played. Look at his replay. Above the rim, he swipes at it, and I give the ref credit. It may not have been contact. A great finish there by one of the leading scorers in the JUCO region here, Region 9.
Well, and one of the things is someone that had a very limited basketball career but did have some knee issues. The confidence that you have when you're able to take that brace off, it is a mental thing when you're not used to wearing a knee brace. So it is good to see him back being his explosive self.
Mental and physical at times. See, this is where they can take advantage. Great job by coach to draw up a play where you can still get the big man touches because Bodie Hume doesn't want to pick up fouls, but also not as physical as the freshman big Christensen inside.
Connect has a look at a three, too strong, and Idaho gets the stop. They trail 86-74. Dixon trail three.
Good
is
contest.
Off the mark. A rebound. Anderson lines one up straight away. Got it.
Big time.
Point shooting teams in the country as far as makes per game. They're top 10. But right now they've got 40 points in the paint too. So they've been able to get to the rim, score the basketball. Again, all 3 levels for the Bears.
53 points at the half. We're on pace for a 100-point game, and they're not far away from it depending on how Idaho defends and chooses to foul or not foul.
Christensen picks up the third there on John Cooch.
Looks like they fouled him on purpose a little bit. Little hack of John Cooch, if you will.
I think that is exactly what they did there with Christensen.
An old strategy for those at home. It used to be called hack-a-shack. When Shaquille O'Neal was the dominant presence that he was for the Lakers and no one could stop him, teams would foul him away from the ball to make him have to shoot because he was such a poor free throw shooter to try to get an advantage. And they tried that with Jean Cooch, got 1 of 2. So in some ways it does work. They're down 10. Let's see how quick they can score or not score here.
Looking for Christensen inside. Dixon catch, shoot off the mark for 3. John Cooch high for the rebound, his 5th of the contest.
Tough shot. He is your leading scorer. A little bit surprised you haven't gone with the hot hands tonight. You have 2 other hot hand scorers, but right now the Bears are going to take their time, but this is the matchup that causes problems because you have Christensen trying to guard the leading scorer in the Big Sky, the birthday boy who is always a bucket, and whether it's from 3 or in the lane. And there you see him in the lane doing what he does. Almost turned it over and dunked it on him, but he decided to just lay it in instead and gets the hoop with the bounce.
Little finger roll there, 17 for Kuntz. They go inside
there
Christensen.
You go, big fella. He said, hey, you got me on that end off the bounce. I'm going to take you inside. It's like playing one-on-one in the driveway.
You know the advantage is there. They found it.
Not enough time left. They have to foul in order to keep this game going in hopes Still going with the hack of John Cooch. It worked last time. They fouled away from the ball. He went 1 of 2, so you're able to not foul one of the other guys on the floor who are all really great shooters from the floor. Looks like Cookshausen may be subbing in, but I believe John Cooch feels pretty good about his chances. He's been on the line already. He's awarded 2-shot foul.
First one up and good.
It's almost a pride thing. It's like, okay, you want to challenge
Right.
me? You don't think I can make free throws? You see the big grin on his face. He's having fun with it and saying, how flattering that you would foul me and give me a chance to score. I like to score.
Misses the second. He is in double figures for Northern Colorado. So all 5 starters in double figures, under a minute to play. Christensen in, blocked from behind. No, foul whistled against Bodie Hume.
See, they may have anticipated that one. I love that from Bodie Hume. It's some of those highlight plays that he makes off the ball. Big time block, and similar to, let's see the replay. Similar to Dalton Connect when he just had the dunk and got the bounce. He didn't get the foul. Sometimes when you're down, though, human side of referees, they do like to kind of give the benefit of the doubt to the team that's down, that's making a comeback. But again, as they say in the driveway, as they say where I grew up, ball don't lie.
Christensen misses the first, and he's had a good game, as we mentioned. 15 points, 3 rebounds, 4 fouls. He's 3rd in the nation in fouls per game. The average is right around 4 fouls per game.
See, there you go doing your homework again. Coming up with the handy stats.
10-point advantage.
They're going to look to foul or get a steal quickly. Matty Ice, with a reputation of being the clutch free throw shooter for this team, has done it so many times in his career, so many times this season, where he's just come up big with free throws, and I would expect tonight to be no different. They've taken out John Cooch, so offensively you don't have that option to kind of go with that hack a John Cooch strategy. Try to say that fast 3 times.
Matt Johnson the second. At the free throw line for Northern Colorado. Free throw up and good. 20 now for Matt Johnson the second. 5th time with 20 or more on the season.
I would be curious, in those 5 games that he scored 20, what is their record? Now, they lost the last one, but outside of that, I bet they probably won all the other games, because when he scores with all the other weapons that they have, this team is hard to stop.
They were 3-1 previously as a foul whistled against Bodie Hume. Number 3 there, and so if they do hold on to this 12-point lead, they'll be 4-1 when he scores 20 or more points.
Yeah, he's a big X factor. Simply because he's one of the guys on this team that has the ability to create his own shot. Similar to Dalen Kuntz, he does it in a different way, but he can score at all 3 levels. He can hit you in the mid-range. He can score a little bit in the post with his craftiness. He can get to the free throw line. He finishes layups. But he's so deadly from 3 that it just opens up the rest of this offense when he's able to score at a high clip.
26 now for Anderson, as we mentioned, does match the career high against Long Beach State earlier this season. 20th game in double figures for him. Bears struggling to get it in a little bit.
Great trap. The kind of trap you want, though. The ball's above his head. They tried to tie it up for a jump ball. I would say great job by Idaho. Didn't get the call, unfortunately, didn't get the break, but that's the ideal place you want the guard to catch it in the corner. You have 2 extra defenders in the baseline and sideline to trap him. He had the ball above his head, just couldn't quite get the call that they wanted. Christensen at the scorer's table along with Melvin is close.
He's lurking in the mid-range game.
He's in the batter's box.
Matt Johnson the second, good on the free throw, 3 for 3. Has 3 assists to go along with 22 points, 8 of 13 from the floor.
For those that don't know, Matty Ice has his own Matty Ice UNC screensaver. If you're looking for a wallpaper for your phone, they have a Matty Ice version out there. Just want to let that be known.
Free throws good for Matt Johnson the second. Melvin returns. 8-point lead.
Time is not their
12-point lead,
friend.
excuse me, and a three
Big
ball
time shot.
up and good by Smith.
Almost get a steal right there. Chalupas if they get 100 here?
I hope so. I haven't eaten dinner. Dalen will get it across the timeline, has to hurry, and just does as Dalen tries to split, and Anderson, I believe, is going to get whistled for his second.
I mean, you can see what you started to cut you off. You can see why this Idaho team has won 3 games in a row against the teams they have. They are tough, scrappy, and when the ball is going in for them in these 3 guards, and with the big man inside, they have a serious combination of players that can really cause you some harm.
Free throw no good. 14 of 18 from the free throw line for Northern Carter, 78%. First miss of the night for Dalen Kuntz, 17 points. Second free throw good. Make it 18 for the Big Sky's leading scorer.
Ooh, screen right there by the big fella. Pull-up jumper. Just don't go away.
Don't go away.
Great screen, great 3, and they're executing this end of the game strategy as well as you can.
7-point lead.
Great trap, long pass, loose ball, and the speedster able to come up with it. And they finally call the foul on him.
Anderson will get number 3. He's got a new career high, 29. 9 rebounds, 5 assists.
You said it, I mean, out of timeout, your strategy has worked. Scoring quickly, coming up with quick fouls and going for the ball, looking for steals, and they've gotten an array of 3s and free throws to make this game close. Big-time free throws from the senior on senior night. The Big Sky's leading scorer has really made a case for himself as the most valuable player of the year, hasn't he?
He really has, absolutely. There's another 20-point game for Dalen Kuntz, 18th of the season, 16th game in double figures, and another 3 by Smith. That matches his career high. It's a 6-point game.
Got a foul, run out of time. Only 3 seconds left.
Yeah, 3.5 seconds left.
I mean, you can see this Idaho team so dangerous going into the tournament. Whoever has to play them early on really has their hands full because they are tough, shot making, sharing the ball, gritty group. I mean, they put up 91 points here tonight.
You shoot 55%, you make 34, you make 12 of 26 from 3, and you're still down 6 with 3.5 to play as Matt Johnson, the second, misses the first free throw.
But on the other end, how about this Northern Colorado Bears team winning 7 of their last 9 after winning this one and just playing some of their best ball at the right time. And they are a team nobody wants to see because they've beaten every good team in this conference so far.